RSC fans far and wide. We are getting us kicked off into championship season. I'm jumping on the disc a little bit last minute, but Cicero, the committed, the faithful, has been ready to go for this AMI heavyweight title matchup. Cicero, how's your night going?
Well, we won't talk about how I did in ranked before I came on this broadcast, but besides that, doing pretty good. Bass excited to be casting some finals, some best of seven action. Hopefully, it'll be a good show tonight.
For sure, for sure. My man, it's going to be a great matchup here. Buns of Steel just 4-2 the one seed, absolutely slammed their way into the finals, and this is kind of a wild matchup here as we get into our team stats. Looking at these two teams here, uh let's see if I've got it because I didn't have it on my end prepped, so that's my
Oh,
bad.
there we
I did
go.
not come ready. They are 30 and 22 coming into this matchup. Sloth look like a David versus Goliath situation, but like I said, Bunts of Steel came into this matchup having 4-2'd the Nightfall team, and they
Mhm.
literally dropped a 7-0 in that last game 6 to put a staple and say, "Hey, we're here, we're ready for the chip." So, my man, it's going to be a great matchup for sure.
It definitely will, and the stat that I'm really pointing out the most here is look at that shooting percentage. 38.6 for Bunts of Steel, 38.5 for Sloth. So even though there is that, one-sided favorite for Sloth and the other statistics, in terms of shooting, both these teams are on point. So if Bunts of Steel can just play their game, play solid defensively, play aggressive on the attack, and they keep that shooting percentage, they can certainly challenge the favorite Sloths.
For sure, for sure. And as we kind of roll into our player stats here, I'm looking at, quite frankly, the main lineup for both these teams are star-studded for sure. We've got Gets to
Hmm.
Choppa, Sticks, and Casca Reborn from Bunts of Steel, playing with some incredible chemistry. I've had the luxury of seeing Sticks and Get to the Choppa and Casca with their replays and how they've played and everything else like that. And they are offensively a juggernaut. But for sure, that Seven Deadly Sins team, having won 37 games, nothing to scoff at.
Hmm. Yeah, 37 games, and now I can see the player stats up on stream here. And I always got a fixation here for shooting percentages because anything over 40 usually points out a clinical player. So for Bunts of Steel, we're looking at Get to the Chop of 44.93%. And then for Sloth, looking at TSG Icy there with 48 games played and a 40 shooting percentage. So gonna expect a high conversion rate from both these players. But are there any other stats that kind of jump out to you here, Bess?
Realistically, not really. I mean, playoffs are playoffs. Anybody can get hot at the right time, and I think the only way we could really get into the finding out who's going to be our title or for kicking off our championship season is getting into the matchup and finding out these three winners. So let's jump right into gameplay for sure. Ooh, let's see here. I'll let these fellas know we are good to go.
Yeah, and their players are in the lobby, so we can see the starting lineups. It will be Get to Choppa, Casca Reborn, and Sticks for the bakery. And then we'll be looking at Altered Sparky, TSG Icy, and Full Blood starting for the Sloth tonight. So could be interesting. I'm seeing here that Full Blood does have the fewest games played of their team, so maybe they're keeping BB Comedian kind of in the wings, waiting to substitute them in, or maybe they're just feeling better with them on the night. We'll have to see how it plays out. Again, this is a best of seven, so plenty of games to possibly be played and plenty of time to switch up your roster, switch up the plays. We'll have to see what they bring tonight.
Oop, looks like we're going to be getting a kickoff here from Casca and Icy. Sticks is already pressing, gets the half flip, but he's not able to regain and get to the ball. Choppa puts it off the backboard. This is staying viable. Casca puts this high off the backboard. Choppa's elevating to take a shot. No, he misses. Sticks is in a weird spot. Sparky is able to put it a little wide. Oh, the bump! The shot! It's
Oh,
blocked! Oh my goodness!
wow.
Cicero! What is this?
Could have been a real early opener there for Sloth, but the Bundts of Steel desperate defense holds the line. Now they're getting a dunk above the goal line here. Could someone get the finish? No, full blood with a clear. Right into sticks though, but yeah, that would have been something, Bass. Only like 24 seconds in, a crazy goal for Sloth denied by that defense from Bunts of Steel.
I I didn't think that. I mean, I really thought we were going to see an opening goal in the first 30 seconds, but with the way this is turning out, neither team really is able to get a footing here offensively, and it's kind of wild, right? You know, Ami's normally a tier where defenses
Oh,
struggle, but right now we're seeing where
oh,
defenses are standing strong. As I say that, Sparky off the post flips into the ball, deflects it away with ease. Is this Ami? Are we watching Ami right now?
oh, well, right now we're watching Icy dribbled up the field, gets dunked on by Choppa, and it's full blood now. Looking to turn this around. They've beaten two, though, clearing the way for Sparky to try and get something going here off the sidewall. Oh, and they've actually just slided under one. Now it's going to roll off the backboard. Is the teammate there to finish it? Not quite. It rolls high above the net. No goals for either side. But so far, Sloth are leading in chances. But now this ball's bouncing back the other way. It could be a chance for Bundts of Steel to open up the scoring here. No, Icy with the clear.
Icy has possession, gets the 100 boost, flicks
Oh,
it over one. Choppa has to dodge the demo, but he does. Oh my, making it look like it's second nature as they quickly elevate
mhm.
over the pressing attacker and swats it away. Casca is going to let this fall. Altered Sparky's going to play the pace, pushes into the corner. It's going to
Oh,
bounce center. Nobody gets the touch, so instead Casca takes the deep bomb. That's over the goalie. Oh! Casca Reborn opens the scoring tonight.
can't go wrong with a long shot when the third man's up just a bit too far. Icy not expecting that one, and surprisingly, it's Bunts of Steel who opened the scoring here in game one. Second kickoff underway. Looks to be a lost ball towards the Sloth side. Icy's just going to fire it off the sidewall, but that shot should be wide and collected by Sticks, who actually whiffs it here. Full blow will go for a shot at the backboard. Teammates not quite there to follow up. Bass, if the Sloths just had a second player up each time here, they could be winning this game 4-0 at this point.
They really could, but you know, it seems like this mentality difference that they're lacking might be devastating for sure. I mean, like you said, they could be up 4-0, and instead we're watching this Bunts of Steel team keep pressure, keep shoving it back onto the Sloth side, take some shot opportunities, and it's paying off in their favor for game one. As everybody knows tuning in, or at least you should know by now, best of 7 is what we're looking at here in this final series matchup. And oh,
Oh,
what a backboard read by Icy to redirect it into the goal, slotting it between two defenders.
yeah, actually just beats two defense here. Get to the Choppa, expecting their teammate to kind of step up a bit earlier, and Icy give them that space. They will convert those. I was pointing them out before the match that 40% shooting percentage. So Icy so far looking pretty good here in game one, tying it up with just under 100 seconds left to go. And now going for an aerial play the other way again, trying to get a second goal here. Shot just wide off the goalpost. That could have been a heroic attempt, but now we're going back the other way.
Casca plays the ball out of no man's land, so Icy's going to shove it back into the corner. Choppa tries to center this. Casca deletes the
Demo.
goalie. We have an opportunity here. Sparky's looking to get a little bit of revenge. Send one of ours to the hospital. We'll send one of yours to the morgue, it looks like. Oh, redirect
Oh,
center. Choppa goes to block this shot. Oh, Altered Sparky is able to take control. And I really thought with that demo from Casca that Styx was going to be able to turn this ball upfield and
oh.
take a shot.
I thought we were about to see another shot there as well. Here's some chances coming from weird angles as Full Blood jukes his teammates, taking it into their own corner. And now they're juking the opposition. Can't get past Choppa though. It's the full forced attack from Bunts of Steel, but that's a high pop above the net. No one able to convert. Just over 30 seconds left to go. You're still a tied game. Shot from Sticks, high off the backboard. Attacking player coming in. They've got the bounce shot. It's slowly going, but just wide. The marks off a little bit. Goalposts doing so much work here in game one.
Styx recovered so nicely. Casca's
Oh,
there. A little bit of an Amy play looks like, so Sparky's going to take control. Pops into the corner, gets it past Sticks, gets it popped. No,
Oh,
it goes over full blood. That could have been the dagger. Instead, we see the ball drift center. Choppa takes the shot. Oh, it's high.
oh. Okay, all three cars from Sloth here. The ball's still in the air. They're scrambling to get back now. It's Sticks trying to play keep up, and it does come down overtime. Game one, head-on kickoff. This could be crucial. It's going to be a stalled ball. Went out by Sticks. They've beaten two players. They just got one more to beat here. Gonna go for a bounce off the corner. Can't find it. All three cars up from Sloth. A chance for Bundts still to end it here, but Icy gets enough of a touch to clear it out.
I can't believe that the triple commit actually paid off. Normally a triple commit is devastating, but Icy was able to stay in the air a little longer than I think any Emmy player I've ever seen has, and swatting it away. That's why it's crazy, right? Like Emmy's that tier where it develops so quickly throughout the season that at the beginning it looks rough, and at the end, these could be your next season's prospect players.
Oh, phew, that was a perspective shot attempt, cleared wide by Icy. Having a monstrous game one here. We find ourselves still in the Sloth third. Team pinch clearing some bumps from Bundts of Steel. Pretty physical game one. Definitely both teams warmed up from their previous series as they're looking to get the opening win here in this series. Get to the choppable center here for Sticks. Can't get the shot though. Full blood putting their body on the line to steer that one wide. And now it's Bundts of Steel on their own backboard.
Ooh, Altered Sparky a little late to the party here. Sticks has control, putting it to the wall. Icy gets the favorable pop, can't get it past the stone wall that is Casca. It gets centered again. Sticks looks for Choppa. It's a way wide, so this is going to bounce high and drift into a non-profitable location for either team. Sticks putting it high off the backboard. Icy centers it down.
Oh.
Sticks is there, passes it to Choppa. No, it's going to be wide.
Oh, wide. We keep going at OT. Almost 2 minutes gone by. Two Sloth cars in the corner. They've got some space as they're slowly working their way up, but now quickly cut in. Bundts of Steel on the charge here. Nicey. Oh, no, an own goal. And the Bundts of Steel take game one in tragic fashion.
Insane play, and I would love to stick around for this best of 7 matchup, but I do have to hit the hay. Instead, we've got a fantastic substitute to pop in for the caster. We've got Mr. Rob himself, all-star of casters, joining us in tonight. Let's see here. Gotta let Mr. Rob know the lobby info that was posted 5 posts above him. Where he asked. There it
Yeah,
is.
we can
Rob, how's your night going, my man?
Oh, it's going. Excited to be here, excited to get to work. You want to toss me in a party invite? I could just join via.
I sent you the lobby info in the
Oh,
right chat.
it seems that you did. How nice.
My man, I do have to run. I gotta get going. Gotta start my long drive for the night. But y'all take it easy.
Thanks for getting us started, boss. Drive safe and have a good rest of your evening, brother.
Thank you, broski.
Alrighty, getting in here now. How you doing,
This
Cicero?
is doing pretty good. This is a first for me. I'm used to substitutions in the players, but not really in the casting booth. So happy to have you here, Rob. Because if this looking to be a full 7-game series, I'm gonna need a co-caster.
I got you. And it's kind of even a same roster switch the way that you see it in teams too, because it's kind of a podcast handoff, if you will, from a pre-jump handoff. So I'm excited to get into this. We've talked a lot about these AMI teams on the pod, and I'm frankly surprised to not see Nightfall here. And so Bundts of Steel ended up taking them down, and I mean, they've earned their way here. They took that first game. I'm excited to see if they can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And my eyes, though, are on TSG Icy here. 612 points in game one. 1 goal, 6 shot, 3 saves. They are doing a lot of work here. And if, one teammate, 2 teammates step up, they can start to take some wins back. Right off the kickoff. Oh, it's a pool shot off the kickoff.
Oh, my goodness. In Emmy, you will see any and everything. And that's a calculated pass, passing a teammate into the ball, taking a lead 3 seconds into the game. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay, it's been a minute since I've seen a pool shot. I very rarely see those off a kickoff, and now we're seeing demos as well. Bunts of Steel just
Oh,
looking to capitalize on their momentum from game one. But Sloth can't count them out of the woods yet. They do have plenty of time to come back from this just 1 goal deficit.
I think what you saw a lot of in that first game, and what you'll see throughout this, is who's able to keep their cool
Hmm.
will almost directly lead to who's able to win this series. These are, especially in Ami, right? It comes down to that panic or lack thereof. You saw on that own goal in the to
Oh.
end that first game. Speaking of, right? If you're able to maintain composure and force these guys to beat you, then I think you're going to
Hmm.
have a lot of success tonight in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely, and especially at this rank, I feel like 1v1s are very impactful because if you can just chain a couple together, you've got so much space in the field to work with, got a lot of speed, got a lot of boost, and it's grand finals time. It's the time for heroic plays and pop-off performances.
Absolutely. And I think you look no farther than you mentioned Icy, but
Oh!
Sparky, big save from Icy as we drop their name. Sparky is who I'd be looking for from this great pass
Oh!
mid,
Passing play!
and there's
Oh.
Sparky. But as I'm saying, this is the potential MVP of the tier, right? You've had the stats, you've had the regular season performances, you've made it to the finals. This is kind of your claim to this being your season, right? Now, I need to see this player kind of run this lobby if they're going to be looking to take it.
Hmm. As we're looking to see get to the Choppa take this out here, Styx flies by it, Icy will get a big clear out though, plenty of space, and now they can just take a few seconds, get some boost after getting demoed. 3 minutes left to go here in game two. Another breakaway chance for Sloth here. Casca can't get the
Icy with
touch,
a
the ball's
nice
gonna waterfall
pop.
down! It's in a good spot, but
Oh!
oh, the touch is just wide!
And there's, again, an example of that composure, right? Just full boosting when we have a little bit more time, a little bit more space. If we fully utilize that, that's a goal 100 times out of 100. It's a
Yeah,
great
oh,
play from the blue team coming out.
a great chance. And now
Oh, and
another one,
Icy
actually,
creating
Icy!
again.
Oh, what a beat from Icy. Look at how fast they turned here in the midfield, beating it over Casca, beating it over Styx, and last man back just not there in time to get the clear out.
And I mean, right away, what you see is that's the second or third time so far where Icy's gotten a bang over all three players um, on Bundts of Steel, right? So if they're going to continue
Oh,
to apply this pressure just like that, you're going to see this Sloth team come on, not just swinging, but landing a lot of these punches.
and this is what I was looking for, Rob. Icy, we know they can score, we know they can pass, but now they've got a teammate hooking them up with the goals as well, and they're finding the right night, the right net this time, especially halfway through game two. They've got themselves a lead here off the kickoff, and they're getting some more beats. Wow, just great mechanical plays from Sloth so far.
Just looking to apply pressure on the net nonstop, taking turns doing so, right?
Hmm.
Sparky spacing out here, taking some control, grabbing the boost.
Oh,
And just taking turns, now passing it off to the teammate. Not the greatest touch to the sidewall, right? But what we're looking for is a lack of double commits and covering that
oh.
space.
Yo, Rob, we gotta talk about these
Yo,
caster curses,
no
man.
way, no way!
The
Oh my
dangerous
goodness.
bounce in
Okay,
front of the net, and Sparky clears it out.
I won't mention double commits anymore. But what you've seen from this Sloth team, and they've done so well so far, is apply pressure and follow it. We're seeing the pressure application come from both teams. We're not seeing these follows coming out of Bundts of Steel. It looks like they're on
Oh,
their back foot. And
oh,
again, nobody contesting it, right? Looking to save the shot instead of shut the shot down before it even happens.
cleared out. Double commit though, and now double commit in the corner. But the ball's gonna bounce in a potentially good spot for a clear
Could be
full
threatening.
blood. Whoa, Sticks aggressive here now as in the closing seconds of game two. Once
What
it's
is
still down.
Ami's
Oh.
what, like Diamond 3?
Oh, good question. Probably about that rank. You can see some of the titles the players are rocking. You got diamond winners, platinum winners, and right now game two, Sloth looks to be winning. A great chance, but
Oh
put
my
away by
goodness.
Sparky.
I mean, again, you just see this blue team applying so much more pressure. All three players on Sloth are there before a single one from Bundts of Steel can even contest it. And I mean, that's that rotation that you hear about, and it's not quite coming through here from Bundts to steal. We got to see people pressuring that ball going when it's their turn.
Oh,
Oh boy, unlucky double commit there for a pop.
Sparky.
And what
see
works in this tier might not be
Oh.
the same in others, but as
Oh,
you
for sure.
are watching this Sloth team repeatedly get these power hits, right? Like this one coming in too is just applying so much pressure, and
Oh,
even if they wouldn't normally be openings, just repeatedly tossing the ball on net right now with power is causing this Bunts of Steel team to be all over the place.
yeah, it robs them a boost, robs them a possession, and just pressures them in. And when you're winning, this is basically all you need to do here. They get it clear out, but yeah, that sustained pressure from Sloths has been enough. Might we see one more here before we get to... No,
Oh,
okay, almost a fourth, but Sloth bounce back from a game 1 defeat to take game 2 3-1.
yeah, I mean, again, it's the composure, double commits or lack thereof coming out from one of these teams right now. If you are Bunts of Steel, you need to take a deep breath, reset, and look to control the play and be preemptive with your actions, right? What we're seeing is Sloth is banging the ball and Bunts of Steel is not quite ready for it. And so they don't have someone on the backboard. They might not have someone reading a bounce off the wall. And if they're able to get just a little bit more of a handle on these bangs coming out from Sloth, I think this is a real toss-up. But it's the ball's in their court right now, no pun intended. And we got to see how Bunts of Steel is going to respond to this pressure.
Well, I think you say exactly right there, Coach Rob. We want to see backboard defense because a high line of attack is very good with pressure, but if they just get one bang of a clear out across the field, that's how you quickly get a counterattack goal. So they get a car on the backboard, look for some big clears. That's how you can break that high line of attack, and they were getting chances. Right, they had
Yeah,
6 shots, two slots, 9, I believe. So they were getting chances, they just weren't able to convert them.
they're getting these opportunities, but they're giving up such high quality shots on their own net
Mm-hmm.
that even if they're earning these opportunities, it's not quite enough right now. So we're going to need to see just a little bit more control out of them. And I think, and I hope that we will right here, as Get to the Choppa does
Oh,
exactly that, right? Speaking of control, a nice bounce dribble into flick into the top part of the net. That's what we've been asking to see. And Choppa delivers 4 seconds into game 3. I mean, that's perfect.
it's the best kind of defense, attacking, just scoring goals. It doesn't. You don't need to make saves. You just outscore your opposition, take those to the bank, and they've actually won this kickoff here as well. Could be 2 quick ones here. If Sticks gets the touch, can't do so. But now
Something
Sticks
worth
touch
noting.
actually. Oh, high shot, bounce down, finish from Choppa.
I mean, yeah, you're seeing this Bunts of Steel team coming out guns blazing, right? Something worth noting is that they didn't ready up right away, but Sloth did. So there's clearly some communication about how we're going to change the game, what they're going to be doing differently. And 15 seconds in, that's 2 goals, clearly making an immediate impact.
Yeah, 2 very quick ones here. Now 2 demos fast in response as well. Bunts of Steel looking to have a dominating game 3 here. Still plenty of time, and we were talking about remaining cool and collected. Now we really need to see that from Sloth because you've got the time. You don't need to rush things quite yet, but also you've now got that clock to compete against.
And 4 minutes is plenty of time, especially in a tier
Oh, yeah.
where opportunities will come no matter what, right? But you got to play solid. You got to cover your space. And most importantly, we got to stop these double commits because right now, oh my goodness, off the post, it's all Bunts of Steel as Sloth is kind of all over the place, letting Bunts of Steel run rampant and just hitting it away. And that could be a threatening shot. Get to the Choppa, gets a 50. Not quite going to find the space.
So, yeah, you're chatting about the Sloth. They're still looking for their first shot here. Minute and a half almost gone by. Another one off the crossbar. Icy, not the best touch though. Punished by Sticks. You're off the goalpost. No finish from the follow-up players. Ball is high in the Sloth end. Now pushed down into the corner. Some cars flying by, and now Sparky will push this out. Sticks backflip. It's just gonna be wide though. Can he get the finish? No, it's centered again for full blood shot.
And
To be
that's
wide.
That's exactly what I'm talking about these follow-ups, right? Just not reading the play in advance, playing too reactively. If you had a couple players on Sloth saying, okay, if this misses, I'll be here, they would have it covered in Icy. As I'm talking about capitalizing on space, no one challenges them, and they get this shot right into the top half of the net, over get to Chapa, and that's going to be a 2-1 ball game with about 3 minutes left on the clock.
Icy is stepping up tonight and doing so much work for the team, but it is a 3v3 game. They gotta see more from Sparky and Full Blood here. So with 3 minutes left, down by 1, this is plenty of time to finish that comeback as Choppa's struggling to get out of their own corner, gets
Icy.
dunked on Sticks. The reaction time, but more shots
Sparky.
flying in. Defense, so solid.
And this is what you weren't seeing from Bundts of Steel early on in that first game or two, right? Oh, goodness. And huge save from Icy. But Bundts is now bending and not breaking. They're keeping that third man grounded. Oh, boy. And it's allowing them to apply so much more pressure. Another double commit coming in. Sparky and Icy seem to be like two of the faster players in this lobby, but they lose that impact when they go for the same ball like that.
Oh. One bump, team bump, 2 bumps, ball coming across the net. Yeah, gotta be careful. When you're fast and you're not used to other players being at your speed, you can find yourself double committing quite a bit here. But now it's a fast break. Icy almost getting a touch. Every time I see him on screen, Rob, I feel like we're gonna see another pop-off play from them.
Yeah, I gotta say, if I'm Sloth, great bump coming out. Oh, Full Blood. Maybe lagged or something. If I'm Bundts of Steel, I want to keep the ball on the ground, and if I'm Sloth, I want to use the air as much as possible. It feels like whenever the ball's in the air, it's a Sloth advantage. It's bang over bang, redirect, aerials. They're just really, really fast. But whenever they seem to overcommit or take it down on the ground, you see something like that, right? The Bundts of Steel coming in with a demo, coming in with a challenge, coming in with a 50. And playing to your advantage is really important. Sparky with a huge bump, and oh no! Full Blood native.
Wait,
not able to find the net. Great passes coming in from Sloth.
This is turning into a tragedy of a game 3, but they're still got shots here. Long shots,
Sparky doesn't have it. Full Blood with the follow. Doesn't get the touch. Icy looks for the control. Gets bumped out. Could be a shot from Casca. Sparky clears it to safety. 45 seconds on the clock. 1-goal game. And obviously it's only 1-1 right now. But I think whoever wins this has a lot of momentum going forward. Shot coming in, and that's going to be a 3-1 lead. 36 seconds left on the clock. And it ain't over till the fat lady sings, but 2 goals, 36 seconds. It's kind of now or never for the Sloth team to make sure that they don't go down 2-1 in the series.
That was a fast shot, and we're going to need to see a fast kickoff from Sloth. If they do win it out, they'll see if Sparky can beat their second. They've done so. It's just Choppa last back here, and they get the beat on it. Oh boy, 30 seconds left. They brought it within 1.
I was saying you're going to need something quick, and they got exactly that. Sparky's stepping it up when we need it. This is really anybody's game.
6th kickoff now going to be so important to determine the fate of game 3. It's a lost ball towards the Sloth side, and the follow-up from Bundts of Steel crucial to keep this in here, but now pumped out by Full Blood into Icy. It's got a passing play getting connected here, but Choppa with a quick turn in the corner does not want this to get dangerous, and a team bump in the corner. Oh, chaos. And now they're getting going the other way, are Bundts of Steel.
Oh, goodness. A little miss on there. Casca gets a clear. Icy is going to opt for the defensive play on 1 second, and that's going to give Bundts of Steel a 2-1 lead right now. I think it's worth asking the question. I mean, we see Full Blood native leave the lobby right now. It's worth asking, where is their normal third? The one who has played most of the games for the season?
I'm not too sure, but I think we're going to be seeing actually a substitution for this one. Full Blood native is out, so yeah, we will be seeing I believe that's BB Comedian coming in now.
Unless it's just a car change, though.
I got DM'd from the captains. It will be a substitution,
perfect.
Rob.
So who's coming in them?
If unless there's been some last minute roster changes, I believe it'll be Baby Comedian.
And
Last
so
I
I
see
think you're
here.
going to see this Sloth team operate at a much higher level.
Mhm.
This player is 29-7 this season. Granted, only 3 MVPs, so plays their role very, very solidly
Mhm.
behind your Sparky and Icy. And so, yes, Bundts of Steel take the lead now, but they're going to have a whole different monster of a team to deal with. This is their normal lineup. Now, maybe there's a little bit of lag going on. Maybe this is why we didn't see them starting in the first place. You never know. There's a lot of variables that go into these things. But this player has an 81% win rate, right? Nothing to scoff at all. So could be the momentum change that the Sloth need going forward here.
Yep, we'll definitely hope for that at least. We always want to see these series go the distance. And yeah, I mean, with the way Icy's been playing, with the way we've been seeing these sparks of brilliance from Sparky, you just need a role player at this point. You need a solid teammate, and you can start to take some games back in this series. First kickoff, game 4 underway. It's another head-to-head kickoff.
And yeah, I'm looking for a little bit more composure coming out of Comedian, right? We saw Native create some opportunities, but a lot of bumping their own teammate, rotating ball side, and right away you see some pressure coming out.
Oh,
Great save from Sticks, and Comedian, it, you look for the super sub when it matters most, and right away, great shot, great positioning. This is what we weren't seeing from Native, right? That third man spacing,
mm-hmm,
right? They were very interested in going for the ball, and now
mm-hmm.
sorry, not Native. Comedian is enabling these players and capitalizing on the
Oh,
space.
kickoff goal.
And this might be the 2 fastest
What?
goals ever scored by a substitute. 14
Yeah.
seconds in, Bundts of Steel with a series lead, but kind of on the back foot right now.
Yeah, normally, with the substitute, it's always like, okay, maybe it'll take them a game to get warmed up, but already, Baby Comedian, 2 goals, 2 shots, another kickoff. Will we see another fast one here? Oh, might be for Bunts of Steel here. As the ball's going to come centered for a shot from Sticks, but that'll be high and wide. And so far, Super Sub Baby Comedian looking real good here.
Good touch from Icy. Comedian letting Icy cook, right? Understanding your position on a team. When you play, especially in this tier, in amateur, and you have players mechanically talented and putting up points and goals and assists at the rate of Icy and Sparky, understanding that you may want to let them go for the ball a little bit is massive.
Mhm.
Because that's going to decrease these double commits. It's going to, even if it is technically your ball, if these players have these tendencies, allowing them to be comfortable in doing what they are. I mean, another goal coming out, and Comedian being on the field has immediately swung this series. That's 3-0 in the first minute.
Yeah, I mean this is the largest lead we've seen so far this series here, and I just want to also shout out, by the way, Baby Community using the Batmobile, the OG one. You don't see that car too often, and so far they are making it work. I love to see that.
Giving me I buy power over zero air dribble
Oh,
RLCS vibes.
oh
From
man,
that's an old reference, but talk about a super sub coming in the Batmobile. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to mind. And have you ever seen Comedian and Batman in the same room?
oh. No,
I
I
can't
can't
say that I
say.
have.
Can't say I have. No, but oh, okay. Let's see though. Baby Comedian. This could be a dicey spot to clear the ball, but I see calm and collected, finding the clear.
I'd like to remind you, Batman does not have the ability to fly, so it's okay. That was a little bit suspect, but it's not Spider-Man hanging on the walls, not Batman or not Superman flying around. It's good old Batman using the tools that's available to him, and look at the phenomenal second man positioning, right? The composure. Watch how calm Comedian turns, stays, no boosting, just remaining in a productive spot. That's exactly what these players need. The creative ones thrive with some positional masterminds, and Comedian, I gotta say, it might be Bruce Wayne up in here.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me what's on my bingo card, I did not have a sub with 3 goals in 2 minutes and 100% shooting accuracy. Baby Comedian is giving the Sloth just a complete model, a remake, a redo in this series, and they're looking so good here in Game 4.
I'm interested to see how the Bundts of Steel will respond to this, right? They took the first punch, they punched back with one of their own, And now Sloth responded immediately very well, and it'll be interesting to see if Bundts are able to maintain
Oh,
composure through this series and figure out how to counter this new playstyle that they're showing.
yeah, and
Great
we're seeing.
control from Sticks.
Oh,
Icy with a phenomenal rotation back. Great speed, gets one more beat, but Choppa keeping it in. Sparky, great touch. And not many Ami players are getting to the ceiling with that aerial.
super quick there. Definitely impressive aerial play from the Sloth side. As Icy looking to cash this off, throwing backboard, can't quite get it out though. Double commit from Bundts to steal a chance to counterattack for Sloth. It'll be, oh, actually Icy charging ahead here. He's got an over one, not over two though. Sticks back flipping again, just throwing the wrong side of the car at the ball. And now Choppa clearing it out, but right into Sparky with the pinch shot. Ball bouncing on the crossbar. It's not able to get put away though. 100 seconds left to go here. Sloth still up 4-0.
I mean, it's just been all Sloth this series, or this game, right? They've had the control, they've had the bumps, they've had the aerial pressure, they've had the ground pressure. If you just now, minute and a half left, you're probably not taking the game if you're Bundts of Steel. But right now, not only are you losing 4-0, you only have one shot. So if I'm Bundts of Steel, I'm spending this last minute. Okay, guys, let's take a deep breath. Let's get some composure. Let's try to get a little bit more pressure to take some momentum into the next game. And we got to see that quick out of them, as if this continues the way that it's going, it will be a 2-2 series.
Oh, there you go.
Man, that's like the
You're on.
seventh thing that's happened as soon as I've said it.
You're just on par tonight there, Rob. Gotta be careful here, as yeah, they do get one consolidation
It'd be a
prize.
shame if $1 million showed up in my bank account tomorrow. Oh
Hey,
no.
anything's possible here, and with 56 seconds left, technically a comeback could be possible, but not with kickoffs like that. As you might see, Sparky's shot, no.
And while they
Unfortunately,
did get that goal, that's not the pressure
Mhm.
that I'm necessarily looking for from them.
Oh, here's
Right,
another one.
Again, that's another goal, but that's not the punch back that I want to see from these guys. It is a goal. It does keep it a little bit closer. It is winnable for them. But what we're not seeing is a solid second man, right? We're not seeing the passing. We're not seeing the rotations. It was a nice demo coming through, but if we're going to talk about sustainable pressure, that's not. I would like to see just a little bit more from these guys. As Icy, not quite able to find the back of the net on that aerial.
Oh, ball's going to come centered for the Sloth players, though. Oh, 50 in front of the net, and now a clear out. It's Baby Comedian last back at a 1v3, but they don't have boost shots off the goalpost. Cascad's got an open net, and they can't put it away. That could have brought it
Goodness.
within one, but
And
the
this is what I'm getting at. Cicero we need to see that composure from that second man. This series is anybody's, but right now you're just seeing, like, look at the panic coming out from Bundts of Steel left and right. In front of the opposing net, in front of their own net, in the midfield. If they can just take a deep breath, this series is a toss-up. But until they do, until I see this composure from them, I mean, Sloth just seeming like the more powerful team right now.
They do get one more here in game 4. Series looking to be tied 2-2 apiece now. Maybe one more here. No, ball's gonna stay up a little bit longer now. Come down. So Sloth tying the series back up now. And this series is really looking like it's gonna go all the way to game 7.
See, I'm going to counter that with saying, if Bundts of Steel don't change something, this series isn't making it past 6. It's 2-2, but I mean, until Bundts of Steel decides to really make a change, I think that Sloth is running away with this BB switch.
Oh, they're taking the full minute here. No ready ups from some of the Bundts of Steel players. And looking at the stat breakdowns, though, again, Icy leading the way for Sloth, which kind of is surprising. Baby Comedian comes in, 3 goals, 3 shots, but Icy top of the leaderboards again, 2 goals to themselves, an assist, 5 shots, and a save as well. So looking like a real favorite to be finals MVP. But we'll have to see. Like you said, could be 6 games, could be 7 games. Either way, Rob, this series is delivering.
Absolutely. And I think what you are seeing is this Sloth team has 2 of the top 3 players in RPV in the tier. And number 1 by 13, you have Sparky. Right, Sparky and Icy with an 80.6 and a 99 RPV, just just a monster duo. And with a calm third on the field with them, they demand respect and pressure in a way that not a lot of amateur teams do. And I'm really fascinated to see again, is this Bundts of Steel team going to take these punches lying down, or are they going to be able to push back? And right away, Icy going for a double tap, gets the back mid, Comedian keeps it there, and this could be threatening the other way, but Casca just a little bit too much panic. Again, beating themselves, Bundts of Steel has got to take a step back.
Oh, taking a step back of their own third as a triple commit comes through. Now ball bouncing across the line. Icy will fire it out, but with 0 boost, it's up to their teammates to get the follow-up. But yeah, they actually even get a demo. Now they've got
And
some
look
boost.
how calm Comedian is with that ball, right?
Mhm.
Almost completely stopping their car allows them to get a 50, which keeps the team under control and the rotation. Again, look at how calm Comedian is. If you watch this Bundts of Steel team, their cars are always moving so quickly. And I think that's the major difference that you're seeing in these teams right now.
See a difference maker in the corner here. It's Sparky centering it, clear coming through from Choppa the other way. And Baby Comedian will pop this one up high. Met first by an opposition player. Choppa's going to look to put this high above the net, almost bouncing in from the goalpost, but it does go out and wide. And now we're going back the other way. No opening goals this time. So already, Bundts of Steel. Okay,
Wow.
I just cast a curse. Sloth will open the scoring once again.
I mean, you just see control, you see passing. Yes, there's a bit of double commit on that first one, but you're just seeing significantly higher level offensive play coming out right now from Sloths. And it's more sustainable, it's more repeatable. And yes, the Bundts of Steel are finding a few goals here and there, but there's no structure to it, right? There's kind of a scramble into an open net every now and then. Whereas you have this Sloth team getting a couple beats and routinely getting this ball mid for their team. You just got to see something come out of this Bundts of Steel team if you're really going to want to even make a push here at the end of the series.
Okay, well, I was waiting for the ball to get cleared away before I say this. Well, last time, Bundts of Steel were down 4 goals at this point, so we are seeing a improvement, but they are still down. They are still losing now in Game 5. Best of 7, remind you, so this is not the final game, but it will determine who has 2 match points to play with.
And look, another just bang away from possession. And Comedian taking that ball close, right? Control is arguably the biggest differentiator between higher and lower ranks. And what you're seeing is that the players who are looking to... What a shot from Sparky. I mean, what you're seeing is these players are taking control at a much higher level than the opposition. Great bump from Comedian, by the way. But every touch looks like there's a follow-up. Every touch looks like there's control, there's possession, and you watch this Bundts of Steel team, right?
Oof.
One bang away, right? Another bang away. And granted, while Icy does the same thing, there's usually a follow-up from a teammate because it's being hit in such a way that they're able to maintain possession. Whereas there, see, Sparky needs to control that, but just unable to find anything. This Bundts of Steel team just looking to bang the ball and capitalize on whatever ends up happening.
Well, here's another bang. It's going to be met by Sparky, pushing this
That is insane
right.
speed for Ami. Nobody fast aerials like that in this tier.
Definitely not living up to the namesake of Sloths. Looking the fastest team on the pitch this series. Has
Great
2 minutes left to
recovery.
go. Still down by 2. Bouncer will center it, but a clear coming
And there's
in
just
from
no
Icy.
second man, right? There needs to be this actual repeatable, executable pressure like that, right? You have one player going for a bump, another looking for a shot, and the third looking to clean up behind. Whereas, you see, again, right? Over one into the other. Whereas it's just a little bit of a double commit into no one really being there. Now there is, though. So Bundts of Steel looking to apply that pressure, finally beginning to occupy that midfield.
Oh, let's see what Choppa's got here. They've got some boost. They found a teammate. They're in second spot here, looking to punish Icy's misclear. Ball's going to come water falling down, but Icy recovered on the backboard, gets another clear out and another clear out. 3 back-to-back clears and a fourth one here. It's going to be a 1v1. Icy got some boost to work with. Teammate going ahead for the demo, but
This
Choppa
could be
dodges it and gets a
threatening.
clear.
Gotta
3v1
maintain this
power play the other way.
composure.
The touchdown sticks, finishes
Oh,
it. What a
goodness.
counterattack.
Yeah, great pass, great finish, right? And what you see there is the control touch coming out from Choppa, using the team, using the second man that hasn't been there that much this series. So kind of turning this around, right? You see Bundts of Steel beginning to take that control, beginning to use each other in that midfield. And I think that's exactly what they have to do if they want to turn this series around.
See here, this could be a third goal for the Sloth, and they actually find it. Hope for Bundts of Steel, crushed now off of kickoff.
And what you see, right? Sparky, Comedian, into Icy. That's those follow-ups that we're seeing very scarcely from Bundts of Steel that Sloth are just doing every time down the field. It is so difficult to stop a team that applies relentless pressure through rotations. And what you're seeing is this Sloth's team is just working together like a well-oiled machine. First man rotates through, looks for an off-ball bump. Second man takes the ball from him, and third man comes through right there for the shot. Every single time. It's just beautiful rotations. Great control from Comedian onto the backboard. Not able to get the shot, but right, we have our second man going for the ball. Now our third man keeping the pressure in. It is just a relentless attack. Again, keeping the pressure in, looking for the pass. Icy doesn't get the shot. But there's so much teamwork coming out from this Sloth team. I mean, there's something's got to give right now. Something's got to change immediately if you're Bundts of Steel, because you're down to your last game of the season.
Will they find a consolidation prize here? Ball still in the air. Okay, might see one more. And now it does come down. For the first time this series, a team will win 2 in a row. And this pushes the Sloth up, as you said, Rob, 3-2 in this series. And already we actually see Sticks dipping out. So I wonder if we're going to see a substitution or a card change. Because as you've been saying, the Sloth are looking just the better team in all aspects.
And the crazy thing is, right, I don't think that they're necessarily like that much better. It's just you're seeing so much control, so much pressure, and most importantly, they're playing as a unit in a way that very, very few amateur teams do in really any season. So to see these players coming out, not only excelling at an individual level, but usually, right, if you see a Diamond 2, Diamond 3 player that is really mechanical, they don't normally have the wherewithal to play as a team, or they may have ego issues or whatnot. But this entire Sloth team is not only using each other, but they're helping each other, and they're letting others clear their own mistakes, right? You see 2 goals coming out from one player with 0 assists, 2 assists and 0 goals from another, 1 goal and 1 assist from another, everyone pitching in with 3 to 4 shots, everybody getting some saves. And it's just a beautiful thing to watch a Rocket League team play as a unit. And it's really cool to be able to see that even at a little bit lower of a level, that for all of you guys watching, this is how you win, right? You play as a unit, you play as a team, you use each other, and you elevate each other. And Sloth is just doing that at a really high level right now.
Righty, first kickoff, game 6 underway. We'll have to see who can elevate themselves to the top of the podium. As a fresh scorecard and a fresh car from Sticks, so no player substitutions, but I believe that's some decal substitutions. As opening goals could be going either way. Pretty even for now, and a lot of back and forth. But it'll be Casca beating one on the backboard, just charging in for some demos. Okay, Bundts of Steel being very aggressive here in game 6.
I like the idea, right? You're not able to get all of the pressure that you're looking for.
Oh!
And what a shot from
Wow!
Choppa. This is something that we have not been seeing from him that much in this series, right? There were a couple glimpses earlier on, and in that Dortmund decal with a nice little white champion hat, gets a nice shot top corner, just dusting the others. But again, that's a solo play, right? So we're looking for these team plays, and immediately giving up the advantage is going to be a 1-1 game.
They just can't give him anything here. We see Icy fly by, but BB Comedian, the second player, as we've been chatting about there, Rob, and the second player really is what makes or breaks a squad, and Sloth have been looking so good. But credit to Bundts of Steel, they did strike first, so they can at least, they don't have that chip on their shoulder being shut out here in the opening minute of Game 6, but they're just getting demoed on their goal line and might get punished here. Oh, pinch out. Casca pushing this off their own corner here, and a 50 will follow through. Team pinch attempt, no, left out. Sticks got the mid boost and just get beat out by Icy sideways. Wow, he's being pretty tricky with it here.
Not only that, right, but just occupying the space, being calm, playing their game confidently. So sure, it might be a little bit awkward of an angle, but all you got to do is get a touch on that ball.
Oh,
And another bang, another follow from Icy. Not quite going to find the back of the net, but just applying that relentless pressure we've been talking about. Right, Sparky going to rotate through. Play a little bit of second man role for Comedian as they keep the ball in. Now Comedian looks for that bump. That might be a goal. What a shot. Great recognition from Sticks on the space. Great understanding that there's no one back. And, I mean, just catches him lacking. No third man. It's going to be a 2-1 game. 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, Sparky kind of caught a no man's land. BB was in the back of the wrong net. Icy was in the midfield boost, just openings, and credit to Sticks recognizing that. And off the kickoff here, double touch off the backboard protection. Can't find it though. A double commit from Sloth. They're still struggling to get a good clearance. Sticks will collect it and dribble it. This is what you were looking for, Rob.
The control and the follow, right? Sticks to Choppa, back to Sticks, not panicking, taking control of the ball. I mean, this is what was going to make this series a thing, right? If both of these teams are able to take a little bit of control here, right, and stop panicking as much and assert their authority in what they want to be doing with their intent, I think that this is back to being a toss-up. Granted, Bundts of Steel still need to make sure they close this one out, or they don't get any more chances. 3-2 Sloth right now. If you're Sloth, I mean, you're just looking to apply this pressure over and over, and Comedian does just that. Sneaks away with a goal off the follow.
You were saying they need to keep it clean. Well, the two players with the most boost, double commit, and Sticks last back with not, or sorry, Casca last back with not much, just can't get up there in time. It's a 1-goal game, 2:47 on the clock. Diagonal kickoffs will squeak out towards Icy on the sidewall. Just goes for a shot right off the rip here, and Casca flies by it. It's a tied game.
And see, this is the composure that we need to see out of this Bundts of Steel team if they're going to push this 7, right? You don't even need to flip at that ball. You don't need to boost. You don't need to jump. You could go sit your car in front of it and not move, and that's a save, right? So if you're this Sloth team, you get back in it just by lobbing it on the net. Great save from Sparky. But also great follow-up from Casca with some instant redemption.
This is a very strange game, I must say, by the way, Rob. We've seen very close games. We've seen one-sided domination from Sloth. This is just a goal affair here. 7 goals and not even halfway through Game 6.
It's fascinating because we're seeing these players sometimes do some things and at other times not. So we're seeing maybe they'll control it, maybe they'll panic, maybe they won't, right? And it's usually you see a player's going to play their way. But for example, Casca with a lot of panic on that save and then a lot of composure on that shot. So it'll be interesting to see which one of the two wolves inside ends up kind of taking advantage for this Bundts of Steel team. Great pass mid, really looking to use each other again. Sparky comes in. That could be a shot on net, and Sticks unfortunately will make sure that's on net as a little bit of an own goal makes this a 4-4 game. 2 minutes remaining. It's basically 0-0. You got 2 minutes to fight for your season. We got to make sure, again, composure, right? They got to that ball. They could save that ball, but just not able to remain calm and collect that ball out of the net.
Oh, great bump here now, though. But Baby Comedian, follow-up challenge as well. It's Casca trying to carry this out, but they've given Icy a lot of room. One nice little fake. Trying to go for 2. Can't get 2.
The name of the game.
Yeah, I like the fake attempts, but they do get punished as Sparky will put this on the
Over
backboard.
there in the
Follow up here
midfield.
from Icy shot. Casca can't get
Oh,
back in time.
no.
Sloth take the lead for the first time this game.
And Bundts of Steel, just nobody on the ball. Everyone hoping that their teammate will be able to get to it. Leaves the midfield in front of the net wide open. And with a player like Icy across the field from you, you just can't afford to do that. That's 5-4, and now with a minute and a half left, Bundts of Steel are going to have to fight for their season lives.
80 seconds potentially left in the amateur season. It's Baby Comedian. He's caught the flick in the Batmobile. They're looking for
Great
two here.
pop,
Great
great
shot
shot.
here over two.
Wow.
Baby Comedian.
Wow, wow, wow. And not only do you not see this much in amateur, this player subbed on halfway through the series, or a couple games in, and pops it to themselves, gets the beat to the top corner. What an unbelievable shot to potentially seal the title for their team. I mean, a minute and 10 seconds now. Oh, goodness. Sparky not able to get a touch. Icy does get the save. And 1 minute separating Bundts of Steel from defeat and Sloth from an amateur title.
Oh,
Did
great
the
readout.
shot. Icy with an even better save. Sparky not going to get the double. Choppa just unable to really get it clear. And Sparky overcommits here. Could be something. Comedian.
Oh,
What you're seeing is Comedian is occupying the midfield in such a positive way. Even without speed and without like the most mechanics in the tier, you're seeing them just be smart, go for what balls are theirs. And that's a nice beat. Double commit coming out. Two players in the corner here for Sloth. If Bundts can get this ball mid, it could be a scoring opportunity, and just not able to. 20 seconds left. Sticks
it's mid.
gonna get a shot. Icy with the save, Sparky with the clear, 10 seconds. It's now or never for Bundts of Steel. I mean, it's looking like it's going to be never.
that's it. That's got to be it now. The ball's trapped in the corner.
That's
It gets
gonna
cleared
be
out.
it. And
Sloth
are
mount-
going to be your season 18 amateur title champions. What a season from these fellas.
Wow, they actually just mount the comeback here in Game 6 to close it out, sweeping the series after dropping that Game 3 to Bundts of Steel. And what an insane performance from all three players, the Super Sub, Icy, and Sparky. Congratulations, our amateur Season 18 champions.
I mean, yeah, you see Icy with 4 MVPs in this series. Let me really quickly finish making this ball chasing group so I got some fun stats to talk about. But immediately what jumps out is that Icy just was relentless today. Unreal amounts of pressure, unreal amounts of saves, midfield plays, just kind of gapped, averaging. Let me riddle you this. The player who averaged the second most points in this series was 371. What do you think
Mhm.
Icy averaged?
If I'm doing my mental math correctly, I think about 500.
572.
Yep.
So Icy
Yep.
averaged 200 more points than anyone else in this series, putting up a whopping 8 goals on 18 shots with 11 saves, 5 assists. This player accounted for 13 goals, and with the goals and assists combined, and only conceded 11. So Icy outproduced the entire offense of Bundts of Steel on their own today.
Yeah,
Getting
and
over
they really wanted
1,000
it.
more points than anyone else in the lobby. I mean, what a wild performance. What a dominant performance. I mean, you see Sparky having that regular season. I don't know if they actually won MVP. I don't think that vote has come out yet. But Sparky with 100 RPV in first place and Icy in third with 80. I mean, you see Icy proving that it's not just a Sparky show, right? Coming out just absolutely dominating
Mm-hmm.
this finals.
I do think we also got to say, Rob, shout outs to Full Blood Native, right? They did get subbed out halfway through the series, but they were doing some work there in the first few games. And I did notice they were playing with like 120 ping for some of those games. So they battled through adversity and we're looking pretty good. But the substitution of Baby Comedian there in Game 4 just completely turned the script for the series.
Yeah, Comedian actually averaged more points per game than anyone else except for Icy. So coming in and just I mean, talk about a super sub. That's how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
A really well-rounded game from all of them. Do we do interviews at all on for finals in threes? I know we did in twos.
I'll be honest, I'm not too sure if we'll be getting an interview from them.
Fair enough.
And I do also want to chat about the other players, right? The Bundts of Steel, they made it all the way to the finals. They had some close wins and some close games, and they had the lead here in Game 6. It just slipped away from them. Six, especially here, tried so hard in Game 6, but just couldn't get a hold of it. And I think they do have some very good moments of brilliance, and I really hope that this roster sticks together for the next season.
I agree. There was a ton of potential here. I think
Mhm.
at the end of the day, yes, Sloth applied a lot of pressure, but what we also saw was a little bit of Bundts of Steel kind of beating themselves, right? A little bit of extra panic, a few
Exactly.
misses here and there. I think that this team didn't put their best performance forward today, but if they had, I think this really could have gone either way. There was a lot of talent coming out from both rosters, and part of me wishes I was able to see a little bit more out of Bundts of Steel today.
Yeah.
I've heard about Nightfall all season, as these are the guys to beat in Ami. They're the team, and Bundts of Steel wiped them, winning in 7 games in semis, and I frankly expected a little bit more coming out. But man, finals playing in front of 80 people, 90 people, it can be really nerve-wracking.
Yep.
So I fully expect these players to be back, not only just in playoffs, but in finals again. I expect them to be pushing for titles. I expect them to be pushing for promotion. This is a really tremendous amateur team. They just ran into a monster of a roster with Sparky, Icy, and uh Baby Comedian today.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? With those performances, I can very well see some candidates for promotion up to prospect. So
Absolutely. Well, not just
yeah,
but that's a double promo.
that's a
So
double pro. Whew,
not only to
contender.
prospect, but like Sparky and Icy might be there, but with those monster seasons and incredible performances throughout. But again, like even not to prospect, but just to contender. I mean,
Hmm.
you could see all of these players doing that. 70 RPV plus from the majority of the players that we watched tonight. If they're still an amateur, I fully expect them to be right back in this spot. And if they're not, I expect them to be competing contender.
Yeah, and also, Rob, I think we got to answer the question though. Match MVP, one solid name. Then
I
we
mean,
already said it.
it's
Who you give
icy.
it to? Got to be
It has
icy.
to be. I mean, not only I actually don't think it's debatable. Icy led the entire lobby in score, led the entire lobby in shots, led the entire lobby in goals, led the entire lobby in assists, led the entire lobby in saves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, ended with 1,000 more points than any other player, 200 points per game more than anyone else. Not only just putting up those shots, but still maintained a 45% shooting percentage. Uh, I mean, it was just a masterclass over and over. I mean, it was just unreal to see an amateur player take over like that. I was really, really impressed, and surprised. Fun word
Well,
there.
yeah, it is getting pretty late, so I think we'll be throwing it towards the end. So again, congratulations to Sloth and the Seven Deadly Sins. They've got their first title win here. Hopefully, we'll get a couple more and consolidations to Bundts of Steel in the Bakery. You will have chances in the future. And speaking of the future here, Rob, when is the next match day if people want to watch some more RSC?
Uh, Wednesday. Nope. Monday. That's a great question. How about you answer that?
I got you there, Rob. Monday, November 6th, we'll be looking at the contender match day as well as or I believe the contender finals and the prospect finals. So a lot of matches to start 9:30 on November 6th. Hope to see you guys there. Rob, it was a pleasure. Chips, thanks for
Yes,
running the
sir.
show. And Bass, thank you for coming in for game one. Rob, any closing words before we go in for the night?
All I'm going to say is congratulations to both of these teams. Extremely hard fought seasons, extremely hard fought finals, great series, extremely entertaining. Shout out to all the viewers. You're the ones who make this possible. Shout out to all the players. Hopefully I see a bunch new names here in finals, right? So thank you to everybody who came out and participated. It was absolutely incredible. Thanks for having me on, guys.
And there we go. So I hope everyone has a wonderful night. We hope to see you back here Monday, November 6th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Until then, stay safe, stay positive. We'll catch you next time.